Hello folks, Jason Chrisman here, JC's Bees. Today we're going to introduce the grafting frame and the cell starter back to the cell finisher. The thing is, what that happened when I was recording this whole procedure, my mic gave a crap on me and didn't pick up any of the audio. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my best to make this all work out and not play a huge tool on my video Queen Green series here. But I'm going to try and overlay the audio over top of the video. It's going to be a little extra work on my part, but I want this series to be complete and not to be missing anything. So follow along, and I hope it's still informative to you. I hope you're still able to understand the directions, and we'll see how this all works out. Okay, to begin, we're going to break down the cell finisher. In my case, I've got to remove the medium and get down to the top deep. If you remember back to the first video, we've already made sure the queen is in the bottom deep and put a queen excluder between the two deeps. Now she's trapped below, and we're ready to find the frames that we marked in our top brood box. Remember, these are the frames that we made sure had brood on them, and then we stuck a spacer frame in between them. The spacer frame is the frame we need to remove to place our grafting frame in there. Okay, now it's time to retrieve our grafting frame. I suggest you remove an outside edge frame to make more room. Makes it a lot easier to get the grafting frame out. Now, this is going to be a good time to see which of your cells have been accepted, or your grafts, and which have not. But you do not want to shake this frame. If you would like to see it without the bees covering all of the grafts, lay the frame back on the cell starter on its side. Use your smoker to smoke the bees off. It'll make it a lot easier for you to see them, and you won't hurt your grafts. After you're done examining your grafting frame to see how many were accepted, go back to your cell finisher, remove a few frames, maybe one or two from the outside edge. That'll give you a little bit more room to stick in your grafting frame, and that'll keep you from squishing any bees, which is a major plus. Now at this same time, I would like to mention, I'm going to use my cell starter as a split. So I do not need to transfer that back to the cell finisher. But if you would rather not make a split, go ahead and remove 3-4 frames, whatever you have in your cell starter, and go ahead and transfer those back. If the frames that you take out of the cell finisher have bees on them, shake them off and go ahead and do your transfer. Just make sure that your grafting frame is between those two frames of brood. That is very crucial. Once you've got your grafting frame in position, you've got brood on both sides. Maybe you're adding your cell starter frames, maybe you're using it as a split, whatever the case may be, go ahead and finish completing the task of putting the finisher back together and close it up. We are done with it for 9 days. Alright, so the cell starter. I went ahead and added a couple frames to the cell starter to make it a complete box. Now what I'll do is I'll move it a few feet down from the cell finisher. I'll open the entrance and I'll let them start flying. I'm not going to be too concerned about any bees returning to the cell finisher because it's been a couple days, and at the same time the bees that make up the cell starter are nurse bees. They've never had flight lessons, so they don't know where their original hive is to worry about that. So we'll move it down a couple feet, open up the entrance, and in 9 days we'll give it a queen cell. So like I said, I hope it was informative. I hope you were able to take this video and figure out what you needed to do to complete the steps of the cell starter to the finisher. I hope everything was very clear. Evidently I'm going to need to get a new microphone. Is what it is. I guess stuff don't last forever in this throwaway world, but it is what it is, right? So either way, if you like the video, throw me a thumbs up, it'd be appreciated, and it'll also help boost it in the YouTube search ranks and make it easier for other beekeepers to find. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do so, and make sure you click on the little bell next to the subscribe button to make sure you're notified when I release new videos. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If I'm not able to answer them, I have a pretty good following, and maybe one of those will be able to answer you. I'd also like to invite you down into the video description, where a lot of these products that I use are listed. I also have my affiliate links listed down below, and if you shop any of those, I get a little bit of support, and that's greatly appreciated. So anything you can do there, much appreciated. Thanks for watching. JC's Bees.